When doing a case study of how to ruin a franchise and an organization 101, there's not a lot of franchises out there that can compete with Star Wars, Disney Star Wars to be specific. Look, we're not going to do a whole history lesson of what Disney did between The Force Awakens, Solo movie, The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. We know that right now the current fandom of Star Wars is in the dumpster. There's no hype, there's no movement, they got no motion going on. And look, it's sad, man, because look, at the end of the day, a lot of people said it. Star Wars in the 80s and 90s and in the 2000s and even in the 2010s controlled the culture, man. They had the culture on lock. If Star Wars was announcing something, everyone would have to come to a halt and be like, damn, Star Wars is coming out, so we got to move our stuff or we got to work around it. There's a lot of different things that they did, man. And it's so sad to see how an empire that was so powerful and so strong and had the culture behind it, had everything behind it, is now in the gutter and they have nothing going for it. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what is next for the Star Wars franchise. And honestly, can they rebound from this torture and this purgatory that they're in? And I think they can, man. Early predictions, I do think they can. Let's look at what they have in store. First of all, The Mandalorian and Grogu and Star Wars Starfighter with Ryan Gosling. I'm not that hype on Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's be 1,000. I'm not that hype on Mandalorian and Grogu. It just looks like another side episode of the Disney Plus series, like side mission that has Grogu in there being thrown in there. But other than that, I don't really see a lot going for it when it comes to Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, yes, they may change it in the movie. They may have, some Luke Skywalker action or some Rey. I don't think Rey's gonna be in it, but there's a lot of ways they can go. But from that trailer, it does not look strong, man. It does not look strong at all. It literally looks like a side mission brought into live action form in the movie theater, which I guess is good. Star Wars has been missing in the movie theater, but it doesn't look that good, man. It really doesn't look that good. It looks okay. I'm definitely gonna go watch it. Could be a nice little break even, or maybe make $400 to $500 million, because The Mandalorian and Grogu, now let's be real, it does have some pull. It has a lot of pull, especially Grogu, especially with the younger audience. There's a lot of pull when it comes to Grogu, but I don't know, man. Just looks like a side mission project. Not a lot going for it other than Mando and Grogu, but hey, we'll see. Trailer didn't look that good, but maybe, a second trailer comes out and they go in detail of exactly what's gonna happen. Then we go Starfighter. Sean Levy, the guy that directed Deadpool and Wolverine, May 28, 2027, Ryan Gosling. I don't know much about Starfighter. I don't know, do we have any sort of leaks when it comes to it? We don't, are they gonna tie Rey in there? Is that gonna be their prequel to, 10, 11, 12? Is that gonna be what it is? I know Ryan Gosling's in there. It's a pretty big project. I'm looking at it here. The movie takes place 5 years after the events of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, which means it's set furthest into the Star Wars timeline after the destruction of the Sith. Okay, it's after Rise of Skywalker, so what they probably could be doing is they maybe could be setting up 10, 11, 12. Are we going to get a Rey tease at the end of Starfighter? That's going to be like, all right, this is the new Jedi Order. Would be very interesting to see. I don't know, man. I don't think Disney is that low in the sense of okay, we saw the disaster that was 7, 8, 9, making Rey an Obi-Wan Kenobi type figure in the sense of she's going to be in the shadows, raising the next generation of Jedi. I just don't think it. I think it's going to be a good standalone film that's just going to show how the galaxy is looking after the Rise of Skywalker. I think it's going to show the destruction of the Sith. I think it's going to show the future, maybe the New World Order, or it might just be a spin-off story of a pilot, because Starfighter, I mean, that's kind of what it seems like, fighter pilot, stuff like that. That's what I probably could see it as. Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling, two very big people in the industry. I'm very interested to see. I mean, Ryan Gosling, I don't think he's going to be on a shitty project, and Sean Levy made Deadpool and Wolverine, which made $1 billion and did great for Marvel. So kind of hyped for that one, but still not, jumping for joy for that one. Then we go into TV. Acolyte teasing Darth Plagueis. Let me tell you right now, this is some insane shit. Motherfucker! This is some insane shit right here, man. This is some insane shit how they teased Darth Plagueis for the first time. Probably one of the most anticipated characters that anybody wanted. And it's not happening. The Acolyte is not happening. It really stings how they kind of messed that up, but it is what it is, man. I mean, look, it was too much of a loss. It was too much of a morale killer for Disney and stuff like that. But I don't think that's going to happen. Then we get into Ahsoka Season 2. This right here could be some fire shit. Ahsoka Season 2 could possibly get some fans back in the mix. We know Anakin Skywalker is a big part in Ahsoka Season 2. We got, the son from the Clone Wars. We got the daughter and the father all possibly playing a big role. Baylan Skoll. So I'm really interested to see, we got the world between wars, we got all this stuff, man. I'm excited for Ahsoka Season 2. Ahsoka Season 1 was pretty good, going back to the roots of Star Wars, typical Clone Wars, but also having Jedi, the Force, Anakin Skywalker. That's a huge pull pull right there. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Ahsoka Season 2. I don't know when it's going to come out. Maybe 2026. I hope somewhat earlier, but I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I do think, if they can do something like that correctly, I do think it would help. I do think that it will help having a great Ahsoka Season 2. I do think that will really help it, but I don't know, man. We still don't have enough on it. We still know Anakin Skywalker, Baylan Skoll, the son, the daughter, all coming together, world between wars. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be really interesting to see, man. I am hyped for it. That's probably one of my most anticipated projects when it comes to, Disney Star Wars in the future. Probably Ahsoka Season 2 probably has more hype than Mando and Grogu. Because, look at the characters you're dealing with. You're dealing with, Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka and the world between worlds, Baylan Skoll, the son, the daughter, the Force. So, it's definitely one of my most anticipated projects. But then we go into Maul Shadow Lord. A new series focusing on Darth Maul is scheduled to release in 2026. This is another one that has great potential. I'm not going to lie to you guys. A Darth Maul show, that might be some cooking shit right there. That might be some we cooking right now. Hold up, he cooking type energy. Because look, Darth Maul, that might be it right there. Darth Maul is another character who many people thought should have gotten even more. Obviously we know Episode 7, what George Lucas was teasing, was going to bring back Maul. It was going to bring back Maul to him to be the new rebuilding the Jedi, the Sith and things like that. In George Lucas's version of 7, 8, 9, Luke Skywalker would have been in there as well. So that's another one. We don't know much about it as well. Another, another one in there that is not, not talked about as much, but probably in production and things like that. So that's another one that I have a lot of high hopes for, Darth Maul. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Probably a backstory of Darth Maul and things like that. And then we have some looser announcements of, a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie, Rian Johnson's trilogy. Not a lot of evidence to support those. We got a bunch of, Taika Waititi, like we said, Simon Kinberg, a bunch of, possible untitled Star Wars movies that could be focusing on the Old Republic as well as the future and things like that. So yeah, man, when it comes to looking at all these options, I do think my two most hype ones are Ahsoka Season 2 and Maul. I do think Ahsoka Season 2, if they kind of draw the aspect of the son, of the daughter, of Anakin Skywalker, what he's going to do as a Force Ghost, because we all know he is a Force Ghost, kind of looking at Ahsoka. So it's going to be really interesting to see that, and I do think Maul is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be all about Darth Maul, which is going to be super fire. I'm kind of interested to know what time period they're going to focus that Darth Maul series on. Is it going to be, after Revenge of the Sith? Is it going to be when he was in exile? Is it going to be when he was building, things like that? Is he going to build, things like that? Because we did see him get teased in Rogue One. Rogue One, he was teased in Rogue One. Rebuilding the crime syndicate, all that stuff that they have going on. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with Darth Maul, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'm still hoping for a rebound when it comes to the Star Wars franchise, but I don't know, man. The movies, we don't know much about Starfighter. We know it's after, Episode 9. What are they going to do with that one? But I don't know, man. The Mandalorian Grogu, I am hype on that. I am hype on the Mandalorian Grogu, but I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do with it. It just looks like a side mission that has Mando and Grogu, but in the movie theater. So I am hype. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer, and be a negative Nelson up in here, but I am hype. I just think with Star Wars, Starfighter, Mandalorian, Grogu, it's a lot of mid to good. It's not like an absolute splash. Like Ahsoka Season 2, if done right, could be an absolute splash. Maul, absolute splash. Star Wars, the Starfighter, and Mandalorian, and Grogu, they look mid. They look okay. They don't look like garbage, but I don't know, man. I was really hoping for that splash that we need in the Star Wars franchise. But yeah, man, what do you guys think, man? What is your most hyped project for the future of Star Wars? Do you think something new should come out? Do you think we're going to get something new? And overall, man, what do you guys think about the Star Wars franchise? Are we up for a rebound, or are we just going to be, down in the dumps as well, man? But if you guys are new, man, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let me know in the comments, what should the next video be about? Hey, man, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be here.